Y'all, happy Saturday Morning Live, Season 2, Episode 26. My camera's off. That's what I get for adjusting the camera right before I click go do what I gotta do, right? What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Yay, Saturday. Thank God. It's been something terrible. Something terrible this week. I've had a rough week, not to whine about it, but I'm going to whine about it. It's been kind of crazy. Hey Google, activate lock force.
Got it. Turning lock force on.
Thank you. Look at this. Ooh, what? Oh, see it way back there in the back. Got the OG lock force symbol lit too. Just every so often I'll just like lean over. Double the lock force today. All right, let me turn this down. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Just make sure everything's working like it's supposed to and all that fun stuff. Okay, let's see. Where am I? We're good? Is this square? Okay, yeah, we're good. I'm gonna go back on comments, say hi to everybody real quick. I hope everybody's doing good. Yeah, I was talking about this on Twitter right before we started live. It's getting humidity-ish outside in Mississippi, which is not uncommon for Mississippi. Straight up in the middle of summertime. What is up, Anthony? I can't see the earlier comments, so I'm just gonna start with where it started here. I don't know what happened to my comment section. I actually had right when at 11:58. Yeah, at 11:58, at 10:58, the microphone decided to not connect. So I had a last minute audio. I don't know what it is with audio. It just doesn't work out for me sometimes. But anyway, Anthony, Ian, Mike, Night Owl, thanks for joining in. We are minus Dang It West today. I don't know what he's doing, but he's not here. Terry Lewis, good morning to you. Matt Liska, good morning. HKS, what is up? I hadn't had a chance to look at that. I started to watch the video on your Exacta, and I commented on it, but I didn't finish watching it. I mean, because I know how an Exacta works. I love my blue Exacta for Automotive, and that is a tool that they really need to. Those are the best punches ever. They need to put those back into production. I don't know why don't they do that? Like, what reasoning? There's no reason why, aside from the machining, but they should have all the, they used to make them, so they should have the parts probably sitting in, buried in dust in a warehouse somewhere. Drag those things out and make Exactas again. Mark III. And backwards compatible with the punches and plates and everything, of course. Or is that forwards compatible? Is that backwards compatible? That's backwards compatible. Good morning, Gumby. What is up? Southpaw, what's going on? You remind me, I've got a long list of emails that I got to get back to, both from customers with lock problems all over the freaking world and stuff. So I got to get caught up on emails this weekend. Wallers, what is up? Good morning to you. Mike Zimba. Did I already say Mike Zimba, or is there two Mike? No, there is Mike's. Somebody said, hey, Digital, so Digital Blue. What is up, Digital Blue? I didn't see your comment, but Curto, Nathan, Access Locks, Black Dolphin. I think Access Locks was talking about doing invoicing today. The title, did Jason finally break down the boxes in the back? Nathan said no. And that's kind of one of the things that I need to do today. However, I've got a couple of videos that I had to make this afternoon. Late in the day yesterday, I have not been in the shop really long enough to do anything besides do some quick filming, and I say that, but Thursday afternoon I was here, but it had been so freaking bad that I was just like, I came in, and I zone out, and I've got a list of stuff that I got to do here when I'm in the shop. Kim calls a bunch of people, so even when I'm here, it's not like most of the time, because it's like tend to this, tend to that, tend to go. Did you do this? Did you quote that? Did you, that type of thing. So I think that's basically what Access is doing. We catch up on Saturdays, right, Access? Black Dolphin, what is up? Good morning to you. Miko, what is up? Brian, hello. What is up, Brian Edmonston? We do have a list. Some of the names in here. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Jeff, what's up? Jeff Moss in the house. Chris, what's going on? Pete Woodfine. Did I already say hey, Pete? I just ordered a multi-lock key machine. Ooh. That's an expensive key machine, isn't it? Background music, Metallica meets ABBA. MTO machine. Don's still here. What is up? Good morning. Early morning to you. Lock pickings gal. And meter kilo. Ronald Williams looking for the door. Hold on, I'm trying to get called out. It keeps moving on me. New thing working with old parts is backwards compatible. Thank you. Yes, I know. I knew that. Inch of rain. Yeah, the humidity 93. It's supposed to like be around 93%. Google. Hey Google, what's the humidity right now? This was what I was curious about, like this morning, and this is what I posted on Twitter. So, you know, the normal humidity in Mississippi is like 1,000% humidity. It's literally just raining when you walk outside. What cold brew flavor from your neighbor would you suggest, Jason? My favorite cold brew, which is MississippiColdDrip.com, who does ship and deliver all over the U.S. because you can't ship overseas. Well, I'm getting mad at overseas. I just found out Pocket Women hadn't gotten her package in Australia yet. I'm gonna demand a refund on shipping, and just to piss off UPS. Mississippi Turtle and Mississippi Mocha, both Mocha being chocolate and Turtle being caramel. But they do have like peppermint, stuff like that. I mean, I can't stand peppermint, period. So if you're into peppermint flavored coffee, that's pretty good. The original, honestly, is not bad. If you don't want to flavor at all and you want to do whatever with it, use sweetened condensed milk or half and half and sugar or simple syrup or whatever you want to make it, however you drink your coffee. I mean, honestly, I used to drink the original pretty much always until he made this one. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And the big, you might as well just get the big one. He's got like package deals where you can get like a sampler pack. I haven't looked at the website lately, but he's always, every so often he runs specials and stuff on package deals. Which, you know, some people kind of freak out on the price of that coffee, but if you're a coffee drinker, if you go to a coffee shop, or if you're a Starbucks, I'm not a Starbucks fan, it's way cheaper to do this, because like this, I can pour, this little, what is these, 6-ounce cups, I can pour about 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish of them, and, you know, that same thing is basically in that cup is probably would be considered three espresso shots. So if you go to a coffee shop, you know how much a three espresso shot with half and half or whatever it would cost. That comes out to be cheaper. We're actually saving money instead of going back over to the coffee shop, even though they're open again. So anyway, Jeff asked if we make keys. No, we just collect them, Jeff. You know that. Did you pick up the lonesome key? We have the star of the show. Hold on. The star of the show. The one off-brand LA key. But what? Yeah, I don't know about this. What in the heck does that have to do with humidity? I don't know. I don't know why that came up. I was just like, what? Who in the heck? None of us make keys. Okay, let me scroll down here. Lately, it's been consistently taking me 30 days to clear customs when to Australia. What is up with that? Why? I paid $50-something, $47 to mail a package. And they're not going to mail the damn thing. It gets stuck in customs. That's what Pocket Woman said up on another comment. She's like, she has noticed it got stuck. Yeah, I mean, why? How can they say, okay, this is priority mail. Priority mail. You're going to pay priority mail. And it sits sits somewhere for my, COVID or not, there's still there's still flames flying. I mean, damn. Anyway, getting off that. Pin Cushion, what's up? Good morning to you. I've never seen you in live, so welcome Saturday Morning Live. Ken _, who else is in here that I missed? Dark Arts, yes, I saw you earlier. I was talking to you. And the reason, Tim knows which ones are the best. The caramel and the original. Yeah, the original was pretty good. How do you get a Lock 4 stickers? If, I don't know, somebody answer him. There you go. Thank you, Fred. Go to the website, enter your name and address. Just go scroll to the bottom of the website. Finderlocksmith.com or selockandkey.com or singlekeys.com. And there's a, go down to the bottom, click on the link that says Lock Force, and it takes you to a page where you can fill out your name and address to be added to the paperwork. Speaking of paperwork, we are going to go over some of the OG members and some of the OG that didn't quite make it to OG, almost OG members that are in receipt. I promise this thanks to Mr. Hooligan. We have the clear disc engraved, or however he does that special process, same as the sign, except it doesn't light up. I imagine if you got a base, we could, you know what, I bet that base would make that light up. I just realized that. Hold on. Yeah. Get back in there. All right. So, I kind of figured that out. I never thought about that, but yeah, it does. It does. Some of the OGs, I'm going to call you guys out right now, OGs, and who are also going to be getting the first of the Blue Man stickers, which we only got 50. So, OG, giving a shout out to Room, Pete Woodfine, Southampton Lockpicking Club, who I don't think is here today, but he is a long-term guy. Fred Flintstoner, King Street Decline, Ian, Chef Mel, Wes, even though Wes isn't here, Night Owl, William Murray, he made the logo, so William Murray, Bird 718, Ryan Bradley, and I believe Glenn Schmidt were all part of the very first Season 1, Episode 1, Saturday Morning Live. Shortly after that, in Season 1, Episode 2, Saturday Morning Live, we had Access Locks, Don's, Phil Bacardi, and Kevin K. And that will run us out of the ultra rare first edition ultra cool clear Lock 4 symbols and one of the blue guys. Let me go grab a blue guy. Let's dual screen this. I gotta click the camera over here. Does anybody know how to make iPhone stop saying dismiss? We were just seeing what's going on. Alright, I'm back. Also, first edition. Blue guy. Check this out. It's matte too. If you hold it a certain way compared to the other one, look, it's like a matte. It looks glossy, but it's way more matte than the other one was. And it's a tiny bit smaller, so got 50 of those that are going to be going out. And yeah. So that's the OG member. Just wanted to call them out. You guys are the OG. And then everybody else who is here, as always, every day, y'all are just as important. But you're not OG, unfortunately. And we do have a limited amount of those. Due to that leaves me 3. Did I count that right? Maybe 2 or 3 left for some ultra cool giveaways. Jason, I've made a base ready for it. It's on the show. Okay, Roon's getting it. Yeah. He knows he's the OG. Wait, where are we? God, man, the comments just go too fast sometimes. It's in the... okay, just started in the lock line. Okay, welcome into the lock life. Pretty new of SE from both YouTube, but... Oh, okay. Just talking about my advertising. My Twitter, is it on Twitter? I do it on Twitter. I don't know. And Night Owl also hits me up with links sometimes too. Oh man, let me think. What we got going on today? We got to talk about the title. Papa Smurf, Grandpa Smurf. And get me a beard and make it white. Then I'll be Grandpa Smurf. Money fun. Okay. Oh, and GXAXV, also fairly new member here, so welcome to you. Steam Gadget, hey, made it. Chef Mel, what's up? You just got called out, Chef Mel. Peter Fox, what's going on? But we may be able to talk. You never know. We may get another batch one day. We got a sweet talk, Mr. Hooligan. Got a sweet talk. I'll probably pay Mr. Hooligan too. Not sure what I'd use points on a service call from this. Bring the lock straw. Yeah, thanks for that extra lock straw. That will definitely get given away. I've actually used it a few times on Automotive when people are having trouble out front. I'll grab it and stick it in there. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Matt. Appreciate that link over on R lockpicking. Seriously. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to remember that. Actually, let me write that down. Let me write that down before I forget. I will send you a couple of... yeah. Maybe. I'll send them. I'll try. I don't know. We don't know how we're going to mail. We still haven't figured out. We're going to be putting them in an envelope, maybe with cardboard. So I don't know if the spring. I'll work something out, or I'll just measure the spring for you. Or you only lost one. You've got one. It's not a metric spring. That's why you can't find it over there, right? The reflective one. Yes, reflective. We actually still have a few of the reflective, so I didn't order Sticker Mule, and I'll try to post that somewhere. Probably, if I can think about it, I'll go back and maybe post it in here, because I do have a link for Sticker Mule if you need stickers for anything. If you follow their email, like this week they had a sale every week, and one of them being the blue guy. So literally I ordered those, I think, Tuesday, and they're done in here. They were done in here by Friday, which is ridiculously fast for 19 bucks. Normally like 80 bucks. Now I wouldn't pay 80 bucks. We can't use LockForce money for that silliness. But when they have sales, if you're set up on their email, you get the notifications. And I wanted to do a bumper sticker yesterday, but and I should have made Wes come up with something real quick. But I other than just LockForce, but I didn't. I didn't do it. The next edition, though, of let's see if we can show it off here. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, this one right here. No, that's the red guy. Why is that named orange? Let's try this orange. Is this orange gonna work? Nope, that orange doesn't work at all. Anyway, the orange guy. Oh yeah, in ad, maybe in the ad. Nope, he's gray. Whatever, the orange version will probably be the next sticker when they do another sale. So yeah, if you need stickers, wait until I put that link up there, and then you can get a credit. I actually got a credit from somebody. Told me they got the price was too good to pass up. I know. I just wanted to do for 19 bucks. It's like $100. And there's so many sayings. Everybody's starting to post some sayings, and I could have done LockForce. I could have done like the Locksmith Credo. I could have done any number of things, but then I was so tired and I fell asleep at like 9 o'clock. What's up, lockpicking electrician? Griffin likes big rooms. Could you please say hello? Okay, Black Dolphin, Shauna. What's up, Shauna? How's it going? No, how's it going? How's it going? How about this? Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Y'all being Black Dolphin and Shauna. So, good morning to you, Shauna. Anyway, good morning to you from Mississippi, anyway. Good morning. Likes to speak of Mississippi. There's several versions of Mississippi accent, right? It's like the dialect, I guess you could call it, but you got the good old boy talks like this. He's from out in the country. He only comes in the big city when it's time to do business with the government. And then you've got draws. You've got mine. I don't know. I don't know how bad my Mississippi accent is compared to what is the envisioned truth. Mississippi gets a really bad rap, well deserved, I might add, for a lot of stuff. Stupid flag. Right now they're voting on the flags. We'll talk about that. This was one of the designs being thrown out for the new state flag. Of course, our state flag is shit, and it needs to be changed. It's needed to be changed for years. We voted on it back in 2001, which was 20 years ago, 19 years ago, because everybody's getting into semantics locally. So the biggest, hottest topic right now is the people in charge are voting on a new flag, which probably won't be the Dixie Solo Cup and catfish, fried catfish and turnip greens, with magnolia flower background, blue. I don't know what the blue stands for, but traditionally it stands for water, Mississippi River, water. But honestly, there ain't no water in Mississippi that looks like that blue, or any blue ever seen on a thing. So that's like a baby blue. That's got to be the old Miss blue. No, there's a little bit more powder blue, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, that was one option. Probably not going to be it, but yeah, blue stands for blue. Thank you, Night Owl. Yes, it needs to be changed. It's going to go. If that's your best, get a white flag for surrender. Yeah, that's been the running joke too, is a white flag. Because there is a whole segment of people who are like, we already voted on this. And kids that are, people that are of voting age now weren't of voting age in 2001. Anyway, long story short, they just skipped the vote because there's so much pressure on them down there in the big house, this place right here, that this place right where that place right there, and that's there literally right this minute. I haven't seen the current news on it, but it's for the past 24 hours they've been look at my hair. It was long, but it wasn't quite as long, but the same. Hold on. All right, I even got the same shirt on. Hold on. Let's turn this way. You can't see it, but yeah. It's pretty much identical, doesn't it? Oh, there we go. I like that. And that was 4 or 5 years ago. God, I hate going and working down there. Mississippi mud. Yeah, the Mississippi flag is a little bit not kosher, I guess you could say. Not kosher. I personally have never cared up until the point where I realized that it did affect other people, and more are becoming that way. So then I was like, well, yeah, I mean, if that's how it is. So growing up in Mississippi is really dependent on which part of Mississippi you're from. Like, there's the northern part, kind of weird. The southern part, they're kind of sorry, but they're lazier. They're lazier. It's like it's the proximity to the beach. The closer you get to both New Orleans and the beaches, it's like kind of the more laid back you are. And I'm not saying that out of my ass. You can ask anybody that deals with contractors on the coast compared to contractors at Jackson, compared to contractors in northern Mississippi. It's just weird. So just one outfit repeated over and over. We're the same. The beach bums, they literally they are. They're beach bums. I don't know and our beach sucks, but they're pretty much beach bums. The pure definition of it. MS1, MS2, CFK. Yeah, that's the one. I've talked about that. That's the one reader, one Lishy. Still haven't bought any Lishys besides a couple of automotive ones. Which anybody have the? I meant to ask HKS. Do you have the high security GM or Ford high security? The high security GM and Ford. Do you use those to open those bitches? Because I don't know if I'm just getting old, tired, or cars are getting more bitchy about being opened up. But even long reach tools are a pain in the ass. And I'm just getting tired of that. So I was thinking about getting a GM and a Ford high security, even though I don't cut the keys or anything. I don't know how well they work. And I had a Ford SUV, the Escape, a newer Escape, and it didn't want to. You got to pull the handle, and it's really a pain in the ass to do with long reach tools. I was just thinking about getting one. They're both Ford. Because if I get a Ford, I'll have a rash of, Chevy calls. Bart uses long reach. I know, but sometimes it's hard. And I've got airbags, but, sometimes those suckers are just too tight. They just are a pain in the butt. Saturday morning live. Who's got pancakes? Mike, do you have pancakes? That is rude for you to point out that you have pancakes. And the quick set Lishy, going back to the Lishys for just a minute. The quick set. Just because, again, I don't know if I'm getting old or picking locks in the heat is just pissing me off. I did have, I can lead into this too, kind of. Where is it? Boom. That one wasn't bad. That took 2 or 3 minutes to open. 2 or 3 minutes for a quick set. You suck! And I just wonder if a quick set Lishy. But I also wonder, it's a quick set Lishy, works every single time. Like, I know Board Lockpicker loves his Lishys and posts videos on them all the time. I don't watch them because I don't care that much about Lishy. But is it one of those things like with lock picking? I go from a progression. I grab my damn dude, my rake, which actually I use my hook more now, but I use it like a rake. You can use a hook as a rake. And the way I kind of reverse pick, that's just always how I've done it. And so I spend like 2 or 3 minutes doing that, and then that doesn't work with a tension tool. Then I'll grab my dial tensioner because it distributes. I need to buy a new one of those, but those are like $60 by themselves. And it actually works well. Sometimes I'll do it first, dependent on how flat the face of the lock is. And then when that doesn't work after another minute, then I'll start like bump keying it. And it's like one of those things where, what progression do you go in now? If you're a big Lishy person, if you're a big quickset Lishy person to use them to open houses, is that your A and then B, C? Or does it ever go past A? Who knows? I know Board Lockpicker probably does. Or a Kronos. And everybody says electric pick gun. Everybody's, I've never bought one. I've had the trigger type that I never liked. In fact, I still got a couple in the drawer here. I never liked those. And I just felt like, I can't say I felt like it, I just felt like internally, I get that warm fuzzy feeling inside of me about how it's just like, maybe it's the sound, I don't know. I guess it's maybe the thought of the sound. how loud they are. I don't know about a Chronos specifically because I've never really watched a video on them. Well, yeah, they got high security Lishies. Let me scroll down to the bottom. Watch Bosnian Bill's review on the Chronos. Okay. Did he kind of hold it close to the camera so you can hear? I guess he did. That's what they do, right? that's what they do. Lock supporters be like, which sit are you using? Yeah, fall. Oh, that's one of those things. Now, I wouldn't spend the money on a fall. I don't know. Yeah, locksmith. Yeah, Anthony just nailed it. Hook, rake, whatever. That's it. HPC. What we can add to the next order. What you talking about ordering from a freaking website? You know what? That's going to lead us right into today's episode. Not today, not right now, not this second, but wait, we are definitely going to have a Jason Reeds today, and that's going to kind of tie into, I think, some of the things that Jason Reeds had on tap, but I can't remember because it's been so long, and I didn't have time to really review much of it, so it's going to be a surprise to me too. But there is also a file folder around here that I stuck somewhere that has 1980, the mid 80s in it. We've got the 90s edition of Jason Reed still on the counter, but when I missed it last week, I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna stick it somewhere. I don't know why I moved it from a normal spot, but I did, obviously. So we're actually going to be in the 90s era, and that leads into what Anthony was just saying there about, I think it was Anthony. But yeah, they were having issues with things then. I think that's what we're going to be looking over. The wind. The one thing I do want to get, what's that thing with the puller? I want that puller, even though that's not a pick. That puller that LPL and a couple others got, that expensive ass puller, that looks pretty neat. I could use that. I could kill things with that. Heckin' yeah. Let's usually only good if you need to decode and make a key to a non-removable cylinder. Ron says, yeah, let's use only good. And that's why I wanted the master, because out of every Lishy newest version, not automotive, we're talking the Quickset, the best, all these other ones. I feel like the master Lishys would be one of the best, foremost. When I say best, I mean one of the ways to make the money back on quickly and easily, because in a shop environment anyway, I often have people, but also on the same token, it's on a little bit of sketchy. So imagine a scenario where you have a lock and you bring it into a locksmith shop. Now, I don't know you, right? And you bring in this padlock and you say, hey, I lost the key to this padlock. Can you make a key for it? Most locksmiths are going to be like, okay, there's two different padlocks and locksmiths are two different. There's two different. There's even a saying. What is it? If you're either a very rich or a very bored locksmith, if you work on making keys for master padlocks, something along those lines. That phrase has been floating around. I didn't come up with that. That phrase has been floating around since the locksmith forum days. Let me scroll down the comments. Keep up. I gotta keep on the comments. Multi-pick, Viper, Bell, Pork, yes, you bet. This is big. Yeah, that thing. So what the whole point of that is the Lishy, because master padlocks, so you bring this in, but I don't, because number one, that dude could have picked up that padlock from freaking anywhere, and that place could have left that padlock open, and dude could have picked it up. Dude gets key for lock. Dude's able to go into the property. So even though it's not really your fault, you did provide a key to a person. So that's one thing that you have to be really, really careful of when in like our case, as far as doing that. And like Night Owl just said, yeah, it's $20 for a code cut key. That's that's one thing we try to, and a lot of people just don't understand. We have a base price for code cut keys. Starts at $15. It's going to have to go up. We've been holding off, but we do have brackets, so we've got the $15 base, which is just like a Y11. Comes with 2 keys. The only reason we have it set that way is because, unfortunately, nowadays it's very easy for people to order shit online, right? And we're right there, right above kind of the cheapest price that you can get crap like that from online. But we're also, you know, and you have the people who are not going to order online and support local. Hey, yay. But $15 for a code cut key, Y11, just a plain Y11 or whatever the case is. Most of the time, almost always, it's going to be a desk or filing cabinet. But they go up in brackets, so we've got like the orange board here. These keys are more expensive, so those keys are going to cost more. This is a lot of the oddball stuff, and these are more, thus the price of the base code key goes up. We sell $2.25 Y11s for a copy, and the orange board's $3.75. Anything right there is $3.75 for orange, $4.75 or special price, which these would all be special price, like I have it written in the corners of them. But and then yellow is the $2.75. So basically we add the cost of 2 extra, so $3.75 versus $2.25 is what math. $1.50 times 2 is $3, makes 15 go to 18. And then the double-sided ones, it costs more. So that's the thing with padlocks. You can, if somebody is legitimately has one master padlock that they went to Home Depot and bought for $9.99. There is something really sketchy about said person willing to pay $15 to $20 to get a key made for the one padlock, unless there's something else going on. So you have to be real careful in that case, and that's just how it is. I mean, so once again, unless you're willing to knock it in those fewer cases of a true individual coming in who has a good explanation. For instance, the railroad, in fact, bought 2 of those over here. Yes, master padlocks. They were big ones. They were big padlocks. They were like, hey, we were going to buy 2 new padlocks, but we lost the key for these, so we were just gonna, and we were passing by, and we were like, hey, let's, we're gonna stop in. This is what he told me, and I was like, it's X amount of dollars, $15 or so. But on the same token, I didn't have a master Lucy, so I'm resorted to impressioning or half reading, half impressioning, where I have certain cut keys, and you pick it, you use the keys to decode the first couple of pins, which knocks your impressioning down. But you still, impressioning a lock is gonna take don't park there with you in your bunk car. It's gonna take a while, and it's just not, honestly, altogether, it's not worth it. So yeah, in the long story short, the master Lucy would work in certain cases. What was I talking about? What were we talking about? Let me read back over the comments before we get into the next segment. Hope I'm back in time. Go get some chores done. Yeah, we got a couple of minutes before Jason reads. I'm hoping that I'll sit back here and be like, there's the folder. There's the folder. But no, hadn't seen it yet. If you had a bunch of key likes and all the keys were missing, you should be replacing them anyway. Also, yeah, so Tapcon, what y'all talking about Tapcons for? Sometimes I look at the comments and y'all have gone off into left field about something, and then I get all concentrated, and then I realize that I'm live and I'm supposed to be doing a show, and then that's why I only get to see and laugh at some of these comments after the fact. But Master Locks changing their name, but the word master. I wonder about that. Is that true? Is that BS? Are you messing with us, young Trumps? I think you're messing with us. But I mean, what the Dixie chicks are doing it. Dixie, it's not Dixie chicks anymore. It's just chicks. Oh, tap concert for the core puller. Yeah, gotcha. Thank you for the refresher reminder. Anyway, long story short, is it worth it even then? You know, like that dude, I could have made $15 on, and in the minute the cheapest one's what, $60, like y'all were talking about. Even though somebody out there did a Lishy video and said, always buy real Lishy tools. Should I stick by that or should I buy the cheapy one? I feel like I should just buy the cheapy one because literally it would take longer to pay off the original. And I don't care that much about it. So, that's why I never spent $120 or whatever. Well, no, I think they made the M1 one cheaper. A little bit, $90 or something like that. Anyway, the Chicksy Dicks. That wouldn't. I didn't mean to say that out loud with the X. D-I-X with an X. No, sorry. I would never. He made me stop telling people to bug me in chat about stickers. Episode doesn't do, when they went from a red design to a maple leaf. Oh, Mississippi does plenty of stupid stuff. I know that they're doing something stupid down there. Whatever they decide is going to come with a. It's going to come with there's going to be something, and you'd have to know Mississippi to know Mississippi politics. There's going to be something that's done. They're going to pull something. They always pull something. So, the Lishy best, but I'm worried I'd only use it once or twice. Yeah, I'd love to have a full complement of them. I hope Board Lockpicker, if he ever watches, I don't think he watches our channel, but I hope Board Lockpicker one day and can recoup the cost, because he's got a collection of freaking Lishys. I hope he recoups the cost of all those. The legit ones actually work. The knockoff ones don't often work. Well, I know I saw Helpful Lockpicker talking about the bottom shoulder hitting. Was he using a... Well, they don't have a knockoff. They don't know. The original, they hadn't knocked off the master one yet. I know they knocked off the Quickset and the Schlage, but they haven't knocked off the master yet, have they? He only watches his channel when he's bored. Good one! Good one. Less than a couple $100. They're changing the name of Dixie Beer. Oh man, I know, it's just like crazy. Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh, that's loud. Sorry. It's like a shake weight. I've ripped out a lot of Ford ignitions with these bitches. Back in the day when I had to rip out Ford ignitions. You have about 30 Lishy, don't use them that much. Slide hammers, yeah. And safe deposit boxes. I hate safe deposit boxes. I wanted to show y'all. Here we go. I don't know if Kim's gonna see this part or not. But, oh. You know the quietest. You know how to keep Velcro from being loud when you. You didn't hear that. Check it out. Y'all might remember that we had a catastrophe with the screwdriver over here. No. Leatherman even tweeted at me, or well, they I guess saw the thread and they were like, "Send it in, we'll hook you up." That's a black one, but it's the EOD. So, you know, women. I told her to, like, the wife and the kids always like bugging me during trying to figure out what I want for events. This was a Father's Day present. So one day after I realized that we were gonna have to send it in for warranty, I was like, I don't want to send it in for warranty until I have something that I can use in the meantime. Well, so then I was in the kitchen one day and I realized, hey, they're going to want to know something to get me. So I was like, Super Tool 300 black. I said, they do have a black version. Well, you know, they didn't know the EOD versus just a black plain Super Tool. So this one has a couple of features. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use, I don't think I'm going to be using a blasting cap crimper often. This, however, I have a feeling I can stab the hell out of myself with that. So that's pretty important. I'm going to be missing the actual jaws. So I do use the jaws a bit. And now I don't have those. I've just got the needle nose. I do use the needle nose more, but really, yeah. And what I'm gonna be missing now, I believe, is the file. This one, instead of a file, has, and it's kind of hard to get out, a jigsaw blade. So that's pretty cool. You can remove it. I hadn't actually figured out how to get it out. There's some kind of special way that clips in there. But honestly, you know, the file, I just don't know. This, obviously, we can use as a poker. It unscrews. So I don't know if they make different things. This is actually, it's got a tab also in here to use a brush to clean your gun with. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't have the heart to tell them that wasn't quite the right one because, you know, it's different. It has me a knife. The knife shape is a little bit different. This one actually had two knives, which this knife has come in pretty handy. I talk like I'm losing it forever, but I'm honestly only losing it for like a month. But the file is the biggest dang thing that I use, obviously, quite a bit of. And there's no file on this one. So, you know, I don't know. It's the same size screwdriver. I don't know, what do y'all think? Does anybody have an EOD? How does it work for the blasting caps? It's so stiff. And that's like a, okay, I was going to say an outside opening, but you can pretty much, it's just weird. To make this a true poker, though, I'm going to have to bring it down. I'm going to have to bring it down and back because it's too flared out right there to use for it to sink down, you know, into a hole of the lock. So, it's so stiff. Wait, here we go. I love this one. I love this one. They're going to get it at the factory and be like, damn! And the whole Velcro case is not me at all. Except when I'm wearing my tack gear, I can snap it onto my chest, like back here. Anyway, so, but, you know, I'm gonna use it. I think, okay, here we go. We got some suggestions. The C-fork, pin punch, good thing, send out the gut wrench. Yeah. The replaceable cutter, you know, and I hadn't had to replace the cutter on this one either. Yeah, that probably needs it. If we look really close, see if you can get a good view of that. Oh yeah, it needs to be replaced, doesn't it? So I don't think that they're going to replace those when I send it in for warranty, because that's an optional thing. I'll probably have to pay for that. John Doe says, pity the handles don't lock. I've had a lot of those. You know, honestly, my other favoriteest one was the Crunch. The Crunch that they don't make anymore. Stupid I lost one in a bag of stuff one time. It's the vice grip version, and it was a handy little beast. I love that guy. Makes me sad. Every time I think about that, I'm sad now. They will probably totally refurbish it. They probably will, because they're going to be like, damn, he uses his. You bought a Crunch recently. Is it old stock? I should have bought one. I should have bought one when I saw that they were going to discontinue them. You can still get the Crunch. Okay. Huh. That may be something I have to order for myself. M300 on sale. It's the same setup. Lishy clippers will work on any key style, not really on paracentric. Jason, if I got 150,000, would you still be doing locksmithing or get into something like real estate? I'd still be locksmithing. I'd just buy all new equipment. Now, if I got $1 million plus, I'd be out of this bitch. Board up the windows and go. Anything over $1 million. Somebody send me $1 million so I can board up the windows. Oh no, they're not going to give me a full replacement. I'm going to tell them I want mine back to irritate them. To irritate them. Dang it. I'm going to scratch something on the inside so I know that they didn't switch it out. Because I'm one of those that feels like the new stuff compared to the old stuff, even though this is only like, what, 5 years old? I guess I've had that for about 4. I bought it at, I don't know, it was $100. I think I bought this at, what's the name of that big sports store? Outdoor World, Bass Pro. I think I got that at Bass Pro for about $195 something dollars. And yeah, that ended up being the best one ever. Leatherman does have the Crunch. Okay. The Crunch is my old Crunch now. I don't know about them newfangled Crunches, but my old Crunch was a beast. A little beast, but it was still a beast. It was still a little beast. I have to check it out. I can't. It doesn't have many tools. It's not great for screwdriver. Literally, the only thing it's a vice grip. It's an expensive vice grip. Is really all it is. You can, and that may be why I never replaced it, because I was like $10 vice grip, 4-inch vice grip. Cool multi-tool vice grip, and it does have a blade. It does have like a little screwdriver and all that, but yeah, it's one of those, in my opinion, a little bit extravagant. I can't say a little bit extravagant, but it's just an extravagant vice grip, really. So it's the only folding vice grip. Now there was one other one. It sucked so bad. Who made it? It was on the store shelves for about 8 minutes. It was like Cobalt or one of the. It was one of the 2 box store brands, and then literally it was on the shelves for like 8 minutes because it was so horrible. I can't remember what brand it was, but they're likely to send yours back along with a new replacement and just call it good. I know when they get it, they're gonna be like, if you want this bad, you can just, because what are they going to do with it? They're going to throw it in a scrap pile. So I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. But I am going to mark that I want it back because it's special to me. It's very special. I've had a Crunch for years. I like it, but I often forget I have it. And you know what makes me mad about that? It makes me so mad that I lost my Crunch because I also lost a pair of Nipex alligator pliers. East-wing hammer. East-wing. Is it East-wing or Est-wing? Est-wing. It's Est-wing, damn it. Est-wing hammer. There was at least, including the $100 Crunch, which back 15, 20 years ago when I had originally bought it, and I had it for like 10 years, before I left it in a bag on a job site, and we called the customer, who was not a good customer, and it ended up, oh no, never saw that bag. Sir, did you check around the door on the back of the house facing the west side, because that's where I know I left it, and I'll run back down there immediately to get it. Nope, not here. Sure, it wasn't there. Yeah, that's what I'm telling them. Sentimental. It's a very sentimental one. Maybe 5 million. Yeah, you know, that's another thing. Kim and I have talked about that. It's like, if somebody gave us like 5 or 10, or if we won the lottery, so, you know, 50 million, yeah, we probably would buy the building just to say, huh. But I don't really want it on the same token. So if I bought the building, it would just be like, say, huh, and yeah, back up. Get out of here. Gone. We do not have anything up front really today. We have no locks that we lost this week, except for one, which is actually the title of this video. The title of the video, you gotta know when to fold them. So this is kind of one of those things that you gotta know when to fold them. Let's talk about this, y'all. Just for a minute, and then we're going to get into Jason Reed's. It's 12:02, so we've got time. You got to know when to fold them. What do y'all think I meant by that? What do you think I meant by that? Obviously, having a large S2E26 saved my Milwaukee vacuum. I was driving down the street one time. It was busy. It's called County Line Road. It's like a really busy, well, yeah, relatively speaking, a really busy road that's kind of it's called County Line Road, so you can figure that out. It's literally splits the counties because it's on the county line. And I turned and I saw an S-Twing sitting in the middle of the road, and I was like, what? So I pulled into the parking lot. I turned into the parking lot, pulled over, and scampered out there and grabbed it. And it's this one right here, actually. I think. Yep. This was it. And so I rescued this fella, and I don't really ever use it, because the thing about locksmithing, right, is you don't, unless you're like into safes or other concrete mounting, stuff like that, the normal everyday activities of a locksmith doesn't require the use of the big ass hammer at all. And also, this part, you don't really need it to be like this. If you're gonna buy a hammer, if you're gonna buy an S-Twing hammer for locksmithing, literally all you need is the 12-ounce hammer. If you want to go 16, if you want to go 20, what is this, a 20? 24, 26, 20. You don't need a big hammer, because all you're doing, I'm gonna try not to hurt myself with this. Hold up. Let me stand up. I gotta stand up so some of these people will realize that I'm actually in here. I'll stand here and stare at them real mean, like. But you need a, okay, there you go. The curved claw, it works sometimes. Curved claw. You don't need this straight claw, because often you're at eye level, right? You see how I'm choking up on this? That's another thing. You don't need one that long. So just the 12-ounce curved claw hammer, because if you're down here at eye level, right? Look, you don't want that. You don't want that at all, because you're kind of right at eye level. You're not swinging like a normal carpenter. So 12-ounce curved claw. Yeah, that's what you need. Hammer is too big because of. I mean, unless you're going to use it for a self-protection device. Self-protection device, then. Fred rescued a brass hammer on the hammers just end up, I think that is a 24. It's heavier than 20, I know that. And the rubber handle, they make those wood handle ones. I used to own a wood handle one of those. Not overly, that's bling. That's called bling in the contract. If you roll up on a job site and pull out your wood handled, especially if it's new, and pull out your wood, you're gonna get the big 300-pound guys going hee hee, laughing at your wood handled fancy S-Twing. So just stick with the rubber handle if you're gonna be on job sites. Unless you use it for a good 10 years and it's weathered in and well used like that, then you can take it on job sites because you'll get judged. Trust me. The OD has the crimper for. Yeah, but what am I going to use the crimper for? What am I going to use the crimper for? Oh, another thing that I got. Let me show you this. And we're about to lead into. This was sweet too. This one was sweet. I like this one. We're about to lead into Jason Reed's today because we do have a few backlog. Check this out. Is Sloop? Sloop, you online? I don't think Sloop's here. Sloop would appreciate this. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a leather mask. So I can get CO2 poisoning. No, it's a roll, and it's pretty awesome. And so the thing with leather, right, is it's stiff. It needs to be used, and you can actually see how if it came like this. I'm assuming that flap flipped over, so I went ahead and forced it into that position and forced it there. And I'm assuming we need to get it into a roll shape at some point here to go into a roll. But I don't know about that because look, you got this pocket right here. So the roll would have to roll flat. So I mean, literally, it'd have to be a big roll. Unless I kept something flexible in that. If I kept something like a plastic card that was rigid, obviously it's not going to roll correctly. So I don't know if we're going to be ended up rolling it like just in a really loose fashion, like that maybe. But once again, that has to be folded over so you can see how it's already breaking in. That's a nice one. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. But actually, on live, I've been carrying it around. I wanted to see, this is what I keep, this is what I keep my pens in, my special pens. Everybody has a special pen place. This is my special pen. This is a VanQuest Mini, and honestly, I only put them in here because I couldn't come up with any other use for this VanQuest Mini. So what I have to do with leather, and I don't even use these pens. It's not like an EDC thing. It's just like some of the pens that I have that I want to keep together. That's the stylus, cool pens. I know some of y'all are into pens. And I've got like different color Sharpies, and all my mechanical pencils and stuff. And then of course a couple of Sharpie stainless steel just to make it cool. But these are probably dried out. So yeah, what I need to do, number one, is force. See how tight that is? That is too tight for a Sharpie. I haven't done this yet, so bear with me. I want to see. I don't know what's going to go in there. I need something an exact size. Look how long that is, y'all. Look, you can actually watch as the leather goes. Start right there. Okay, here, let's do it on this one. Watch. Look at that. You can actually see it stretching out. And it stops well over. So what kind of long ass object is supposed to go in here? whatever. I figure like a round handle pick that's exactly that long. It'd be hard to get out. Maybe I could go in point first. But even, let's see, even a regular pick, I mean, that's kind of silly, number one. It's going to drop down in there and make it like, and then you're going to shake them all out, so they're not going to work for that. I don't quite know how I want to utilize this thing. Anyway, it's cool though. It smells like leather. I'm over here snorting leather. I hope y'all are doing okay, because I'm over here snorting leather. We'll figure out what to do. We'll figure out what to do with that one day. And in the meantime, I'm going to fondle it and make it soft. Oh yeah, the Sharpie Pros. Where's that? Those rectangular ones? Maybe up front, but I use I use the rectangular ones. They say Sharpie Industrial or Sharpie Pro or whatever. I like those better than anything. But nothing stays. I use them to write people. I see people, you can wipe it right off of keys. That's the biggest thing with Sharpies is writing on the heads of keys. Go back over the comments for just a second. We're going to get started with Jason Reeds for today. 8 and 12 ounce. Yes, 8 and 12 ounce. Steam Gadget, what is up? I didn't see you jump in. Dead On Tools. They've got some cool, wicked self-defense tools, don't they? Did find a cap crimper on mine works nice for squishing messed up cheap C-clips. See, that's what I'm thinking along the lines of something like, I don't know, I hadn't used it, so I don't know. I just gotta, where did I get that? Where did I get what, Anthony? The leather thing? Kim got it for me from somewhere. I've got the card. It's kind of cute. The card's at home, but I'll tweet you the. If that's what you're talking about, I'll tweet you the card when I get home tonight. It's a custom shop. It's like a Facebook shop, but the cute card said, I guess because they've probably gotten complaint. You know how people are nowadays. Oh my God, my leather. What we just did. Oh my God, I put my pen in there and the leather turned a different color. Because they're ignorant of leather and how leather works. You got to use it to make it soft and flexible, but the card said you will have variations in your leather. If you have a scarring or whatever in your leather, that just means that the little beast died a warrior. And something. It's a cute little card. I'll tweet you that if that's what you're talking about. Leather milk has good leather conditioning. I got a shoe shop next door. If I need anything really done that I can't do, I'll just let them deal with it. Markers. Oil and wax to soften it. And I don't really talk to the shoe shop people that much, so long screwdriver bits. Drawing pencils, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's true because a pencil would be long enough to poke up just out of that. So that's likely what it is. If you fold the leather over, maybe you have the points poking up, or I don't know. I've got some of those at home, but I never use those. So wide pockets for hall pass and bypass shims. I don't know how I'm going to use it. Just really depends on how soft it gets. So I am going to stick the biggest things in there to stretch it out to get it all. Maybe I don't want to do that though. Maybe I want them to be tight. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out one day. In the meantime, I'm just gonna roll it up and play with it. Yeah, Sloop. And y'all, I did a video on the rolls that Sloop sent me, which I used for wrenchy things and sockety things. And I hate that it's one of those things. It's kind of like this Vito Pro Pack that I got over here in the corner. You know, there's I don't. It's literally a glorified cardboard box. It's $100. It's $100 cardboard box because everything in there I could just dump into a cardboard box, or any one of those other toolboxes. There's also about 20 more in the back. I got it and I didn't end up using it. Cheap lipsticks are quite convenient. Yeah, you know, I used to use lips. I used to make Kim give me her lipstick to use, but the summer heat in Mississippi, it doesn't work. Nope. Nope. It only took one time for that cap to come off. Once. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Is one time for that cap to come off in the Mississippi summer, and you not know it. And you not know it. That's the big thing, is you not knowing it. All right, we're gonna shift up here for a minute. Let me get find Vito Pro Packs are the worst parts of Pelican case without. They're heavy, they're expensive, they're clunky. Yep, they're clunky. That's another one. Clunky. Let me get our Jason Reeds sorted out. Since we don't have the older, oh man, I don't even have, shoot. Okay, we may have a short Jason Reeds because once again, I still have not found my file folders. I don't know where they went. Let's take a brief intermission. If you need to get you a drink or whatever, do so now. I'm gonna go look for. Here, we can do this. We can look together. I know it's somewhere. Set it here. I thought. And it's not here. Here's where all the back ones are. Look, plastic bins. More plastic bins. And I'm really frustrated that I can't find that file folder, y'all. I don't know why or how it would have disappeared. Or where it would have went, because it's supposed to stay right up here for the most part. And it's, hey, there's a pen. I need to clean this front counter off, honestly. May 2020. Hey, does anybody get these? We get them. We don't have a subscription or anything. Is that front camera working, y'all? Has anybody been moving in there? Yep, it's working. Yeah, may. Obviously, I don't really read them, right? Opening a retail lock shop, not an open and shut case. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? We're not Larry Schwab, 3-store business in Philadelphia. Well, Larry Schwab, you made it into the locksmith ledger. These things are expensive as heck. Expensive as heck. But this is not about 2020, is it? This is about not 2020. Let's jump to that. Dusty, you are bragging. CO2 laser engraver. Whoa. Cut stainless. Oh, that's an expensive tool. That is an expensive tool. That is. You should brag about that. That's worth bragging over. I wish I had a shop and could buy. That's, you know, if I was going to buy that 10, you know, if somebody giving me $1 billion or whatever, I would definitely have a bunch of cool tools. I'd have a warehouse with a bunch of cool tools in it, and I'd just go play all day long. Yeah. Because I don't have room here. So I'd keep this place. I'd hire somebody to deal with the nonsense that goes on out here, but all right, let's get started with Jason Reeds. I don't know what we have for the day. Let's take, oh shoot, I don't know what we have. Because what I was versed in, I last week we were going to do a Jason Reeds, and that's what we're missing right now. We're missing the edition that I had caught up on. So this is going to be kind of new to me. I don't know what we're discussing, but I guess we'll find out here in a second. Frank can work the shop. Yeah, somebody mentioned Frank being here, but he's too stressful, y'all. Frank's too stressful to be around. All right, I gotta adjust the camera too, I believe. Yeah, I always forget to do that. And I'm like way far away, so let me switch over here, see what we're doing. That would be this guy. Yeah, okay, hold on. All right, we'll be right back with you. Kick the truck. You know, I moved some stuff under my feet up here, and I probably shouldn't have because I keep kicking it. Yeah, that'll work. Oh wait, do we have somebody coming in? Let me see, are you going to back out or are you staying? Staying or going before I get comfortable? I think he's going. Okay, he's going. Alright. Now you all ready? Well, let me get caught up on the comments and then we're going to get started. How did the big rekey go? Which one? I've done a lot of big rekeys. The one last Saturday, I got done. It took a couple hours to do. Took a couple hours to do that one if you're talking about from last Saturday. You sneezed on the phone and I think it accidentally reported somebody's comment. The big ass Ricky? The big ass Ricky. Yeah, it didn't take too long. Where are you going, dude? You gotta stay in character when you get a customer. Okay, I'll stay in character. I'm gonna take my glasses off though because they're special today. They're special today. Where are we at? What is up, y'all? We are here for today's edition of Jason Reeds. I've got a huge glare on the monitor. Let me fix that. Okay, there we go. Must have had 250 of them. I like that. That one's funny. That one's funny. Good one. Good one, Southpaw. Alrighty, y'all. What do we have today? I'm not sure if I like these glasses too much or not. I think they're not my prescription, but we have two orange magazines today. They're orange, very orange. We are coming at you June, July of 1989. You need LED lights, kill the glare. Oh, I've got LED lights up there. It looked like you'd fit in Portland, Oregon. Yeah, these aren't my prescription. These are kind of hard to see out of. But let's see what we got today. Let's see. Well, let's flip over. I've got 2 pages. 2 pages. We have several. Hold on. Why do I have these flags? This is not what I was thinking it was going to be. Okay. There we go. This will be a good one. This will be a good one. Again, we're coming at you from 1989, June, July. This time of the year. The Locksmith Rules of Disorder. The California Locksmith. The other little articles here are written by people because it says by so-and-so. The Ontario locksmith is a strange situation. This is locksmith laughter. So get prepared to laugh, people. Are you ready? Are you ready for laughter? I hope so. I hope so. We'll start off with the strange situations because I'm kind of limited. Locksmithing, like any other profession, has its humorous situations. I'd like to share mine. This is Roxanne, by the way. I live in a small town, serviced by a very small police force. Here we go with the police force thing again. The police knew of our existence. I feel like I've read this. Have I read this? Somebody tell me if I've read this. I don't think I have. The police knew of our existence, but had never contacted us until recently. You know why it sounds familiar is because literally every one of these during that time, they're bitching about police or they're bitching about tools being sold to the general public. That may be why. But they had never contacted us until recently. That was when the police chief phoned to ask for help. The key to the town's one and only holding cell, had been stolen. Oh Lord! Oh Lord! It got stole the dang holding cell key, y'all. I thought the giggling would never stop. I don't know who's giggling, but I don't know if he or she or them or what. They needed a new lock on the cell and wanted to know if we could help. How do you steal a key from the police, I wanted to ask. But I couldn't stop laughing. It can obviously be done. After a few phone calls and a lot of laughter, the lock was ordered. Now just to wait for its arrival. Any criminals apprehended. Meanwhile, well, the police would know what to do. Haha. Forgot the complimentary haha. 2 days later, the chief phoned in to report he had apprehended someone and handcuffed the suspect to the town bridge. More giggling. The chief was obviously enjoying this situation as much as I was. I phoned the supplier, told my story, and heard more laughter. The man on the bridge would need a coat for the night. To end the story, the lock arrived the next day. I have no idea what the dude attached to the bridge had to do with the lock for the holding cell, but obviously maybe something. To end the story, the lock arrived the next day, and it was installed with no problem. The chief was a bit red in the face over the incident, and I still haven't had enough nerve to ask how the key was stolen. Oh, as for the man on the bridge, who knows? He's probably still there. P.S. Thanks to those who helped solve this situation, it couldn't have been done without you. Who were you talking about? The supplier? I guess. Okay. Whatever. That's it. End of story. Into that story anyway. So what do y'all think? You think he's still there? If so, he's in Ontario. Ontario, go to your town bridge and let us know if there's a handcuffed, really scrawny dude there. I know we've got some Ontario folks. That story was touching, but just the right amount. Okay, so next on the list, we still have more humor, y'all. We might as well, because we've only got just a few here. Locksmith rules of disorder. This is not really a story. This is just things like sentences, bullet points. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Locksmith rules of disorder via the California locksmith. No name, just the California locksmith. Some locksmith in California. A person who loses the keys to an automobile never parks in the shade. This is more like Murphy rules of locksmithing, which I have a list of somewhere here too. A small black part will fall directly to the nearest black surface. Service vans never have mechanical breakdowns on a slow day. A store manager who can remember a 15-digit stock number cannot recall the 3-digit safe combination. The instant you discontinue a key blank, 5 people will walk in the door needing the key blank. The chances of a pin kit falling and remaining closed are directly related on how large it is and whether or not the pins are color coded. Give someone a break on a job and everything that can break will. You will remember how sharp an impressioning file is when you run it through your knee. I can attest to that. This knee right here has been stabbed at least 3 times over the years. At least. Rune knows this one. How high a spring will fly. How high a spring will fly. Depends on how special it is. Your best customer will lock his safe up in 5 minutes before you leave on vacation. So what? You can keep it locked. Never play leapfrog with a locksmith who carries his files in a back pocket. What? What were you guys doing in 1989? Obviously, they were leapfrogging each other. Anything dropped on carpeting disappears except wood shavings. You will have every part imaginable in your service van except for the one that you need. Either everyone needs you at once or no one needs you at all. Last week we had, what do we call it? When it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. A hot lunch to a locksmith is a sandwich left on the dashboard all day. A 1/4-inch drill bit can find the only hidden screw in the entire door frame. That's true. If everything is going well, you obviously have no freaking clue what you're doing. I subtitled that. It actually said you obviously do not know what you're doing, but I subtitled. They actually have leapfrog, y'all. Leapfrog, right there. Files in his back pocket and everything. Y'all ready for one more? Y'all got time for one more? Do we have time for one more? We gotta see if this is humorous, right? I have not read these. Let me look in this next section. Oh, that's the one I wanted to read. Okay. Well, we got time because the next one's kind of short, so we're good. We're good. Do locksmiths often play leapfrog? I've never played I've never played leapfrog before. All right, so this is part of the locksmith laughter. So let's see. You be the judge as to whether this is humorous, because this has a lot of the word communicating in it. I don't know why, but it does. So, and it's also got a picture of a cow and a pig. I don't know about that either. I don't know what that has to do with anything. All right, so of sows and cows. Of sows and cows. This is by Scorpio Smith. Scorpio Smith, if you are still around and you happen to be watching this, I'm going to read your shit right now. Or the apostrophe, not apostrophe, the parentheses, Lhasa Master Pen. I don't know what that means. The Lhasa Master Pen.
I think I got a box. I'm gonna come back with it.
Okay. Ace. Ace is the place for the whatever. Okay, here we go. Of sows and cows. But the glasses on the tip of my nose make my nose itch, y'all. Alright. I don't like these glasses too much. They feel crooked. Feel a little crooked. Let me try my other glasses. I'm not sure I like my new glasses, y'all. I feel like they pinch my nose too much. Pinch! I feel like they pinch my nose too much. Oh yeah, that's much better. Oh, and I can see much better too. Here we go. Here we go. Of sows and cows. No, it's absolutely not busy today, y'all. In fact, I'm going to be leaving here today because we're going to wrap up the story as to why I walked off a job this week. But first, we're going to locksmith laughter. Scorpio writes to us, is communication really that important? I think it is. What you doing over there? Hold on, I gotta stop. Before we get fully into it. Are you coming in here or are you just sitting in the truck? What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Hold on. You gotta wait. Oh, LD.
Go. Looking all swift with the hat on your head.
I know, right?
Have a good weekend.
You too. The heck is this? Hold on, we gotta see what this is first. Where'd that person in that car go? Oh shoot, I'm in the wrong. Gotta get out of that mode. We gotta eyeball this lady first. I don't know if I'm supposed to be opening this or not. Maybe one of Kim's things. I didn't order anything from Amazon. Are you coming in today? She may have already walked off. I'm gonna be mad. Ooh wee, I'm gonna be. Oh God. Seriously, it's a box of envelopes. How boring is that? Hey, we got a box of padded envelopes. Yay! I think that person is not in there. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to this. All right. Boring unboxing of sows and cows. Is communication really important? What do you think? Nah. Experts tell us communications can be scrambled by things as simple as differences in education, background, and environment. To illustrate the point, let's just share a short story and very funny stories. No way, sorry, I said that wrong. To illustrate the point, let's just share two short and very funny stories. Story number one. a North Carolina teacher was returning to his home at the top of a mountain in the dead of winter and was having a rough time negotiating the sharp hairpin curves of the very slick roads. Peering into the driving snow. Wait, this is 1989, so the wheels weren't that big. Stay. Peering into the driving snow. Stop. He was very startled to see another vehicle slipping and sliding backwards down the road, heading straight for his car. Oh no. Shit, that would suck. I don't know what... Mississippi, we don't deal with that. We do deal with ice, but not like that. Headed straight for his car, and what appeared to be an inevitable... Can't say that word. Inevitable impact. He braced himself, and then slowly relaxed when the car managed to stop within inches of his own. Whew. Both drivers rolled down their windows. Hey, you alright? Yeah, I'm good. How about you? I don't know if that's what they said. The teacher expected to hear words of relief. I was wrong. But to his utter amazement, the woman driver leaned out of her window and bellowed, "Pig!" You alright? Pig! Naturally, the teacher was offended and spontaneously answered her insult with one of his own. Cow! He returned angrily. Once said, he jammed the car into low, hit his accelerator, and drove off. After rounding the hairpin curve, slammed into a 500-pound sow sitting in the middle of the road. The teacher still wonders how far the woman drove looking for the cow, if her interpretation of his words were as misunderstood as his own were to her. That bitch did park in my spot. So if somebody yells pig, then make sure that it's there's not a pig in the middle of the road when you drive off angrily, right? All right. So pig in the road. All right. So next story. Most native Texans. We have some Texans here. Shout out if you're a Texan. Most Texans are acquainted, and maybe you can verify this. You're going to be verifying some shit from 1989 right here. Most native Texans are acquainted with the town of Mexia. And and its proper pronunciation, Mahaya instead of Mexia, it's Mahia. Mexia. How would you say that? Mexia? But it's Mahia. All right. So strangers to these parts, remember this is all about communication, right? So strangers to these parts have a problem with it. So yeah, my full ass walks into a bar and has been like, "Hey, y'all know where that Mexia is? How do I get to Mexia?" The old guy over in the corner. "Boy, it's called Mahia. Mahia is what you looking for." I don't know. Do they talk like that in Texas? Yet strangers to the program. Several years ago, some New York businessmen were passing through, and they had a long discussion on how to say this interesting and very, very foreign to them word. As they pulled into the local Dairy Queen for a quick hamburger, they decided to end the dispute by asking the waitress. So, could you tell us how to pronounce this place? Boldly. Whoa, back up. Could you tell us how to pronounce this place? Boldly asked the youngest of the men. The waitress stared at them for a long moment. Shrugged and slowly said, "It's called Dairy Queen." In both examples of the previous stories, the parties responded correctly insofar as far as their understanding went. In each of the cases, the results were amusing, if you want to say so, but often such scrambled communications can result in injured feelings, anger, and grudges, like that guy that hit the pig, which can be harbored for years to come. I can guarantee you that guy's still pissed off about hitting that pig. I can guarantee that. Such short circuits in communication can destroy relationships and associations, as well as businesses overnight. We're all familiar with the childhood game of gossip. A circle of people whisper a sentence around the circle until it reaches a person who started it. He or she then repeats what was originally said, and that original statement is generally drastically different from what it was at the beginning. When a person tells you Mary said so-and-so, that person is offering you a strongly edited version of what Mary actually said. In other words, the teller is not relaying his or her interpretation of what Mary said, but in other words, the teller, is relaying his or her interpretation of what Mary said. And then in parentheses, that's not a put down for the person repeating what occurred. It's human nature to state things in one's own words. As friends, neighbors, and association members, we have to work at communication. Just as we have to work at becoming professional locksmiths. It doesn't just come naturally to everyone. Even the best education in the world won't prevent miscommunication, misconceptions from occurring. If you don't quite believe it, examine the last misunderstanding you had with the person closest to you, its spouse or a child. There are two responsibilities involved in communication skills. One is listening, the other is saying what you mean and how you feel. Is communication really important? What do you think? And that's that. That's that. All right, we're going to follow this up lastly with September 1989, the telephone. We're going to jump into we're still in the 1990s? 1990. Just a year later. And once again, as I mentioned earlier on, there was certain sections of the locksmith world, certain eras of the locksmith world, where they did nothing but bitch about police opening cars, and they did nothing but bitch about people selling tools to people who weren't locksmiths. And in this one, we're going to bitch about some stuff. Voodoo title, these are letters to the editor. Voodoo mention disturbs readers. That's right, this is for real, y'all. Those of you in New Orleans, or any familiarity with New Orleans, will completely understand that voodoo is real. Dear editor, I don't appreciate at all articles like the one titled Voodoo Collection Methods from your July 1990 issue. Because this is in September. And this is how long, y'all ever heard of snail mail, where you actually have to mail things to people? Voodoo is a serious business. It is Satanism, and it should always be taken seriously. before I renew in October, I need a decent answer from you. So they had to revise. This homeboy, he didn't say that, but this homeboy is referring to Voodoo Collection Methods, a humorous article published in July. We're going to have to go back and find that. Hopefully I'll remember to go back and find that. I can assure our full readership that we are not real big on Satanism. Anyone getting the wrong idea, just please chalk it up to an attempt at humor. He made that perfectly clear, didn't he? So here is one where we're complaining. No, which one did I want to read here? Okay. Supplier takes sales from Locksmith. Dear editor, it has come to my attention. It has come to my attention that we are in direct competition with our locksmith industry suppliers. In case you didn't understand that, it has come to my attention that we are in direct competition with our locksmith industry suppliers. McDonald Dash was famous for that back during this time. With our locksmith industry suppliers, who are supposed to sell only to locksmiths and others in the security field. When I went to give a quote for a new lock for a new locks and hardware typo at so-and-so church, I was surprised. Nay, I was shocked. He didn't write that, but I feel like he was also shocked that his low bid was beaten by one of his own suppliers. McDonald Dash. When I called them, they told me that they saw nothing wrong with bidding against me. I disagreed and canceled my account and will no longer do business with those fools. No longer will I do business with those greedy. I can feel his anger just bleeding through the pages. How many of our potential customers are we losing to our suppliers? I wonder how many locksmiths are in the same predicament. I gotta turn the mic down. Hold on. I'm turning the mic down just a little bit. I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry for this guy. How many of us are in the same predicament across the country? How many times have those dang suppliers? Hold on. Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
What can we help you
need
with?
to get a couple of keys.
No, that's gonna have a. What year is it?
13.
I don't do those. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Where
check
can
with
I
the
get
Aloha down at Weston Fortification, but they're not open today.
What that mean? You have to break in it or something?
No, we don't. Our programmer won't program those. It's got a chip in it.
Oh, a chip on the key?
In the key, yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
So
You
they're
said
gonna
where
be-
the place at?
The only one I know of is Aloha Weston Fortification,
Western Fortification.
but they're not.
closed
They're
today.
not open today. No, no.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I had to take my glasses off. Okay, let me put them back on. Plus my nose, even these make my nose itch. Where were we? We were pissed at somebody. I feel we all should not support suppliers who are not supporting our own industry, keeping locksmiths in business. There's a difference between wholesale and retail customers. We have different price lists for our retail and wholesale customers. Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Locksmiths can give discounts to their large commercial customers, but we can't compete with our suppliers. We should not give our customers the option of purchasing a few locks at a lower price from our suppliers, just barely above our costs. Say Home Depot, Lowe's. I thought our suppliers were here to help our industry, not compete with us, trying to drive us out of business. We have more to sell than just service. Dang it! We have products too! Sincerely, John from Idaho. Thank you, John, for sharing your feelings with us. Hopefully you got that straightened out. Hopefully you are not in business anymore, because you would be very, very angry at the state of the industry. In 1989, a few years before my time, as an active locksmith anyway, yeah, that you could do a double retail price. You could take a $10 item and sell it for $20, because the internet wasn't here to screw us up. Can you imagine? I bet you if we go forward 5 years or 10 years, I bet you John from Idaho sent in a very scathing letter about computers and the internet. I bet you anything. Yep. Lastly, here we go. Get this. Wait a minute. Okay, here's a bunch of them about. Which one do I want to read? Because we've only got time for one more. It's almost time to get out of here. So we've only got time for one. Do y'all want to? Okay, y'all tell me real quick. We'll give you a choice. We have the three titles: Tradesman defines ethical work, Public learns a car entry lesson, or Tradesman competes with non-professionals. I'll give y'all just a few seconds. First answer that comes up. Again, Public earns a car entry lesson, Tradesman competes with non-professionals, or Tradesman defines ethical work. Somebody tell me which one to read, because each one is about as long as the other one. The air conditioner changing the pages is really pissing me off. Who was the first person? The car entry? Mr. Forbes said car entry first. Looks like. Okay. Car entry. Mr. Forbes. Car entry one. It is. Here we go. Public learns a car entry lesson. Dear editor. God, imagine being an editor. Never mind. I can imagine being somebody on YouTube and getting emails. Same thing, different day. Dear editor, on Monday, March 29th, a television station here in Columbus, Ohio. So this was from Willard in Ohio, aired a news segment about a Central Ohio auto recovery company, car, car yanker if you don't pay your bill. They showed in complete detail how to gain entry into a locked car. Can you imagine that? On TV. On live. I don't know if it was on live TV. Can you imagine? I can't believe they showed how to get into that car on TV. Now everybody's going to know how to do it. Dang it. They showed in complete detail. Complete. Down to the nook and cranny of how to get into a locked car. They showed the use of the wedge in the door glass and what looked to be a locksmith type tool to release the lock. I think it was a long reach tool back then. They even used a stopwatch to show how quick an entry was gained. The reporter then gave a close over all view of ignition tools, widely spaced. The reporter then gave a close-over all view of ignition tools. Can you believe that? They showed it. They showed it right on TV. Oh my God. Everybody's going to know. They proceeded to remove the steering wheel lock called, you know it, the club. This was done in 15 damn seconds. 15 damn seconds. The process was not shown this time. What? Okay. I've called the station. Wait, do we still have those back in 1990? Oh, some people probably still have. Hey, listen, this is Willard down here in Ohio. I just want you fools to know what you did by showing that on TV was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Oh, boy, I can't believe you showed the general public how to break into cars. Oh, God. I called the Ohio Attorney General's office. That's right. The company involved, the state senator, the tool company. I freaking called God. Because I feel this is an insult to all decent working locksmiths. We try to protect property, and this is not a newsworthy damn item. This gave the dishonest people the way to defeat a slide lock and gain fast entry. I was told the tools shown can be bought at the AAA damn club. What a freaking insult to us. Can you believe that nonsense? Most ridiculous shit I've ever seen showing up on TV so that anybody can break into cars, and it's gonna be all this stuff. I just have to feel bad for Willard because you know what? I feel like Willard's right there with us. I remember when they showed butt keys on TV. People freaked out around here. People freaked out. Okay. So anyway, that is it for Jason Reeves. That is it. Looks like for Saturday Morning Live, we're going to go ahead and put this right here so that everybody gets a chance to tell everybody else. What the heck happened to the Frank? Frank did show up today, y'all. A little bit of Frank came out. Frank was projected through those magazines. You know, and honestly, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It was, some of that stuff back then was just the most ridiculous crap that you had. The new safe word is pig. That's a good one. Oh man. Well, I'll tell you what. This has been an interesting day. We've got some. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go buy Kim a grill. Kim gets a grill today. On the way home. I'm gonna go get Kim a grill because she deserves a grill. Oh my goodness. We'll have to reflag those other ones because because there were some good ones that we didn't get to, and we were definitely out of time. So I appreciate everybody who's here. We are good. Everything's looking good on the feed. Yes, wear a mask if you are out amongst public. And I'm glad that everybody was here today. Thanks for joining in. We did not have Wes. We did not have Wes here today. He was out goofing off doing something else. Ooh, all the tags, all the letters. Get all the letters. If you have all the letters, that means you paid a lot of money. Giant charbroil grill. Yes, we upgraded her from a small one to a bigger one, and now I'm going to get her an even bigger one. So, because the medium one that she has now, she can't grill like a whole chicken on it, and she wants to be able to grill a whole chicken. So, yep, Night Owl's running the show himself today. And I saw somebody was asking him about, but no, Night Owl's up there in New York, and I'm down here in Mississippi. He's just our mod. Just our mod. That's it, just our mod. I used to have a big one, and it ended up rusting out. So that's why we ended up getting smaller. But now you gotta season them, and such a pain in the butt. Such a pain in the butt. So anyway, that is it. We're gonna bounce back to this screen real quick. Go ahead and push this up here just to remind everybody what in the heck we're doing. We're doing Saturday Morning Live. Thanks for joining in, all you new folks who are here for the first time. I appreciate it as always. And of course, all the old folks. You know what I mean. No, not the old folks, but because I'm kind of feeling old today. But the folks who have been around forever, as well as the new folks. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and get this list to Kim. She's going to be working on that. So you OG members. Oh, the whole point. Why did I walk off of a job? The very last thing we're going to talk about. Because the deadbolt clicked. That's why I left. I put a new handle on a bar door. And I've had issues with this customer before. I put a brand new Weiser lock on her bar door. I fixed the interior of a double-sided deadbolt. And for 30 minutes, I would fix it, and it would work literally perfectly. And she would turn it, and it would click, because that's what freaking deadbolts do when they click into position. Now, you hear this click, this wasn't doing it. Ma'am. You know, I have a huge patience level from doing this for so long. Every time I'd spend 5 minutes, I'd clear the strike up, working perfectly. No, it's clicking. No, it's clicking. No, it's clicking. It wasn't doing that before. It's clicking. Well, since it's clicking and since you didn't fix it right, I stopped her and I said, ma'am, you have a good day. And I walked off. Well, and I heard her yell out, well, I didn't pay you yet. And I was like, nope, you sure didn't. Looks like I got screwed, huh? And I left. So, number one, she can't really leave a bad review on me because she got a free service and a free door lock, which is probably what she wanted. And I get screwed out of the cost of a door lock and an hour's worth of time. So, I've been waiting on a battery, but, you know, it was just one of those things. Sometimes you got to know when to fold them. And Thursday almost brought Frank out in me on site at a job. And that's why I just said, you know what? I'm not even going to take the time to switch out her old lock. I'm blowing $20 on a door lock. Cost me $20 and she's getting it for free. Not to mention the hours worth of time driving over here. See you, lady. Don't ever freaking call me again. Don't ever call me again. Sometimes you got to know when to fold them. Sometimes it's just not worth dealing with those customers. Because I know if I would have billed her ass for it or made her pay, I know that she would have been in on the phone within a week saying, it's worse, you gotta come back, you gotta fix it, I paid you, you gotta come. Sometimes you just gotta know when to throw it down and say, that's it, it's gonna click, have fun with your freaking clicking deadbolt, have a great day, and leave. So anyway, thanks for joining in. As always, I appreciate it. Happy Saturday morning. Happy weekend. Hope y'all have a great week. Hope y'all have a cooler week than we will because it is pretty nasty out, but nasty as in humid. Yeah, I don't know. Yep, they are. You just sometimes you got to know when to say. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily like Karen. It was more of a just somebody that wanted something that was never going to be perfect. It worked perfectly, but to her, I guess it was not perfect. So sometimes you just gotta. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for joining in. You forgot to use drywall anchors; it'll stop the clicking. Frank wouldn't do well with customers. No, he sure wouldn't. All right, I'm gonna go back over the comments as far as I can, but in the meantime, thanks again for joining in. Night Owl held down the fort very well today, so extra kudos to him. Thanks again for everybody. Dang it, Wes, for not being here. And y'all have a great weekend. We'll catch you next video. That's it. We're done. Hey! Where's the end button?